Hello and welcome. This is the first installation of my Philmarilion reading. I would say that there's a set number of installations planned, but there's not, because it is 97 pages long. I have decided to read this because no one else has. I see a lot of things on YouTube talking about it, but no one has bothered to read the entire thing, with or without commentary. This reading will have no commentary, and I will not be singing any of the songs, because that is dumb and it is gay. Page 1. The Philmarilion. What is this? Since the beginning of June 2013, I have taken a great interest in the /SP trip user, UTV. I have archived his posts and made these archives public, and celebrated him in many ways, some of which I have made public, such as our 100th anniversary celebrations. However, most of the things that I have written about him have no place in the public eye. This is a collection of private works, stories, images, and other features about UTV that I cannot place anywhere else and am merely keeping for my own usage and viewing. Why UTV? UTV has something I cannot explain. He has a certain magnetism. If he encountered the X-Man Magneto, he would be in a great deal of danger. He is funny, intelligent, posts often enough that I can archive his posts without any real problems. He attracts me, and he completes me. Note that this is not an attempt to dox or reveal UTV's real identity. I have no interest in those ideals, and I want UTV to be around as long as possible so that we can continue our fruitful and boundless relationship. Why am I doing this? Because UTV is my passion, my hobby, and my social life. I love him, and I love archiving his posts. Nothing can top the feel, the incredible happiness, which I get when I see him post. That feeling of sliding a post of his into the collage, when it fits perfectly, it's like playing Tetris, but instead of blocks, I have funny, intelligent, wisdom-filled, and witty posts. Writing about him will only feed my appetite for UTV. Archiving his posts isn't enough. They are my bread and my butter, but this is the salt and pepper on the sandwich that spices it up. If this work is ever discovered by someone, please do not send it to a publisher. Footnote. As I have decided to share this work, this is no longer valid. Page 2. Who is UTV? A quick biography of my friend. The first thing to say about UTV is that he is a user on 4chan/SP board, but more specifically, he uses the Football Manager, or /TRB threads, as his main posting areas. I have also used this board for a while, but generally without purpose, wandering lonely as a cloud, until I found UTV. I had known about him for a while, but had not realized what a great individual he actually is, until I read his /TRB posts. Within these threads, he becomes himself. He doesn't worry about what others think of him. He acts like himself, and himself is the person who I admire completely and will never allow to leave my life. He has his gimmicks, like any trip, but he isn't ruled by them. He is ruled by his own personality, his caring, his willingness to talk and to laugh and to joke and to be friends with everyone who deserves it. His response to other posters within the /TRB threads are the sneezes which lead to a pandemic of hilarious discussion and fine /TRB moments, the memories of which will last a lifetime. What are his gimmicks? Like any trip, UTV does have his gimmicks, and if I refer to them at any point, it is worth having a reference point so that they can make more sense. His first gimmick is his racism. He is called a racist and implied that he hates people from other countries. This is purely a gimmick, of course, even if he does play up to it, which he does in a typical good-natured UTV fashion, happily allowing people to riff on him in order for the threads to fully flourish. A sub-gimmick of this is his distaste for the Argentinian people and his insistence that they are in fact black and from a black country. He often utilizes this gimmick with hilarious results, i.e., claiming that Messi is a black man when he isn't, and the /TRB threads are a funnier place because of it. Another one of his gimmicks is his height. This was seemingly started by Grenville, but it is often claimed that he is a midget or otherwise short. Obviously, UTV is actually a normal height, but this mocking about his perceived shortness, which would only be possible over the internet, just like our relationship, has provided many classic and hilarious UTV moments, and is another thing that makes him more engaging person. Seeing him destroy those who claim he is short is a wonderful sight, and something I will never tire of seeing. UTV's third gimmick is his misnamed file names. He often changes his file names so that they are not describing what the image itself shows. Perhaps his most famous ones include Annoyed Cat, Flustered Fox, and Pestered Platypus, where he posts an image of a dog making a silly face. This is always funny, and UTV has ensured it does not become boring by extending it to other things, such as pictures of Simpsons characters. He even pretends to misunderstand things during casual conversation, such as claiming somebody else has posted a picture of something which they have not. For example, if someone posted a picture of an Arsenal player celebrating a goal, he might respond by saying, "Why is that West Ham player sad because his teammate died?" This is a classic UTV behavior. UTV is also a fan of Aston Villa. This isn't a gimmick as such, although it leads to many of his finest moments. He hates Alec McLeish and refers to him as McShit, which can be played for humorous effect. He does have the same with Roy Hodgkin, calling him Hodshit. Page 3. Table of Contents. 4. Acknowledgements. 5. Ways to remember things. 6 to 8. Racism maps. 9 to 15. UTV's responses to my posts. 14 to 21. Songs and poems about UTV. 22 to 23. UTV funeral plans. 24 to 26. UTV and Me, A Tale of Two Detectives. 27. UTV Movie Idea 1. 28. UTV Comedy Roast Routine. 29. Moving In Together Plans. 30 to 31. Sun, Sex, and Suspicious Archivers. 32. UTV Movie Idea 2. 33. UTV Ruse Cruise. 34 to 35. How to make it seem like I live with UTV. 36. How to make UTV enjoy my company more. 37 to 39. UTV Rorschach Test. 40. Spreading good feeling using UTV. 41. Why does UTV like Spider-Man? 42 to 43. The Bait Club. 44. UTV Field Picture. 45 to 47. The Great UTV Bank Robbery. 48. Kent stool chart. 49. Videos. 50 to 51. UTV invention ideas. 52. BBC live text. 53 to 54. Erotic Kent. 55 to 57. UTV mini golf. 58 to 59. What has UTV learned from the various villa managers? 60. UTV ransom note. 61 to 63. Protecting UTV. 64 to 67. What UTV said before he roosed me. 68 to 74. Planning a UTV city. 75. UTV and I as a dating website. 76 to 79. UTV daily post counts. 80 to 85. UTV file name rundown. 85 to 97. Daily UTV diary. Page 4. Acknowledgements. Firstly, UTV, for being my inspiration. Grenville, Ladford, MIB, Fella, the German trips, and pretty much every other trip, for helping to give UTV a chance to show his charisma and welcoming him into the /TRB community when it would have been easy to shun him as a typical /XP trip fag. Special mention to Grenville for allowing many of UTV's finest posts. He has surely been the chopped-off finger used on the scanner of the high-security door that is UTV's personality. For that, I can only thank and love him. To Moot, for creating this board on which I discovered a purpose. To anonymous /TRBers, especially the ones who give UTV the attention he needs to consistently make the best posts he can. To Miles, for creating something that can draw in the very best men. To Microsoft, for creating Word. For whoever owns the dog used in the famous flusteredfox.jpg image. Without this, there wouldn't be as much laughter in my world. Ha 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 ha! To whoever owns the dog used in the famous flusteredfox.jpg image. Without this, there wouldn't be as much laughter in my world. To my own family for not requesting usage of my laptop and preventing me from continuing on my archival.